Chapter 1143. I Am Rejoicing. Translator, Atlas Studios. Editor, Atlas Studios. Northern Icy Plain, deep underground. Within a large hall, stone chairs and tables were arranged in a circle. Thick vines grew on the walls, and grass grew between the cracks of the rocks. 3 bonfires were burning high at the center of the hall. It is said that this was a tradition passed down from the olden antiquity era. When variant humans attend to esteemed guests, they would set up a banquet and burn 3 bonfires. Snowman, Rockman, and Hairyman, Goo immortals, as well as Fang Yuan, were seated inside the hall. The fire shone on every person's face, and their smiles could be seen. All kinds of fruits were laid in front of everyone, and soon Rockman's servants served each person a large bowl of wine. "This is our Rockman tribe's lipfish wine. Have a taste." Shizong stood up from his seat and called out while holding the wine bowl. Shizong was this Rockman tribe's first supreme elder. He had not joined the battle to kill Fang Yuan. His whole body shone with many colors from the countless gold, silver, and pearl ornaments inlaid on him. This was the style of Rockman tribes. Rockman bodies were made completely of rocks, and in their long period of life, all kinds of gold, silver, iron, and steel ores would grow on their bodies. Rockman took this as a symbol of good looks and honor. The higher the position of the Rockman, the more extravagant ornaments they would have on them. Not only Shizong, several other Rockman Goo immortals present on the scene were the same. Since Shizong had invited it, all the immortals held up their wine bowls in response. Shizong and the other immortals took big gulps of the wine. The hairy men did the same, only Fang Yuan took a small sip. After Shizong had finished drinking, he put down the bowl which did not even have a drop of wine remaining. Cheers broke out. Other Goo immortals also imitated him and drank down all the wine in their bowls. The immortals laughed. The calm atmosphere became lively. Only Fang Yuan put down the wine bowl, having only drunken a bit of the lipfish wine. The Snowman and Rockman Goo immortals turned a blind eye to this. Instead, the dissension rose from within the hairy man Goo immortals. Sixth Hair criticized Fang Yuan. "Elder Fang Yuan, what are you doing? Don't you know your action is impolite? The host finished the wine. You as a guest should also follow and not leave behind any wine in your bowl. This is respect towards the host." "Ah, I forgot you are a human and not one of us variant humans. No wonder you don't know this tradition passed down from the remote antiquity era." Sixth Hair was a spy placed in Langya sect by Shadow Sect. He took advantage of every chance to cause trouble for Fang Yuan. Fang Yuan sneered, his gaze scanned around before he spoke leisurely. "How would I not know of this tradition? It is just that this lipfish wine is the saliva left behind by underground rockfish. I don't like drinking it." "You?" Sixth Hair's expression looked dark, but he was happy inwardly. Fang Yuan's words were no doubt offending the other side, which was what he intended. In Fang Yuan's letter to Langya sect to notify the land spirit, he had naturally not mentioned everything, and only explained the matter roughly. Sixth Hair and the others did not know that Fang Yuan had brought out an immemorial upper, extreme heavenly eagle in the life and death battle with the Snowmen and Rockmen before he could make the other side compromise. In fact, when Fang Yuan had joined Langya sect, Langya land spirit had issued a mission to find variant human allies. Since Fang Yuan had found them, he naturally completed this mission and was sure to receive rewards from Langya sect. As a member of Shadow Sect, Sixth Hair did not want to see Fang Yuan obtain benefits and develop. Right now, he spoke up to try and suppress Fang Yuan. "Haha, since Elder Fang Yuan does not like this wine, then we shall change to another one. Bring out the Ice Wolf wine from my winery." A Snowman Goo immortal laughed. Snowman had snow-white skin, ice-blue pupils, and aqua-blue hair. This Snowman Goo immortal was robust and strong. His upper body was bare, revealing a dark blue tattoo on his chest. His aqua-blue hair was tied up, revealing a firm and dauntless face. This person's name was Bing Zhuo. He was that dual spear-wielding Goo immortal who had made Fang Yuan struggle bitterly. Soon a Snowman servant brought the wine. This was a wine bowl made from ice. The wine inside was almost frozen and released cold air. To tell the truth, I myself don't like drinking lip-fish wine, so I brewed this wine. How about giving it a taste? Bing Zhuo passionately spoke. Fang Yuan swept his gaze at the wine and intentionally spoke without proper respect. Let me taste it then. Let's see if it is to my taste or not. Please, Bing Zhuo laughed. Fang Yuan drank a gulp. The first instance this wine entered his mouth, it was icy cold. But when it entered his throat, it became hot like fire. The feeling of ice and fire immediately made Fang Yuan's eyes brighten as he spoke. Good wine. Ha ha ha. Bing Zhuo laughed loudly. Since you like it, then please drink some more. He had just finished speaking when the immortals saw Fang Yuan lift the whole bowl and drink it down in one gulp. The immortals were dazed for a moment before applauding and cheering loudly. Fang Yuan discreetly glanced at Sixth Hair while laughing internally. He had already known Sixth Hair's intention. Nienter, Sixth Hair would not let any mishaps happen to Fang Yuan, because after Shadow Sect saves Spectral Soul's main body, their next target would be Fang Yuan. Because of this, Sixth Hair would not harm Fang Yuan's life. Sixth Hair could only suppress Fang Yuan at most and delay his growth to make it easier for Shadow Sect in the future. Sixth Hair had already done this before, making Fang Yuan's relation with Lang Ya sect turn cold. However, how could he have ever expected Fang Yuan to have an immemorial upper extreme heavenly eagle, and moreover that he had used it to successfully awe the snowmen and rockmen? An immemorial level battle strength. These variant human goo immortals had no choice but to give respect to it. This was strength. In their hearts, no matter how Sixth Hair provoked or smeared, Fang Yuan's importance was much greater than all the hairy man goo immortals combined. In fact, variant humans very strongly revered strength. This was one of the characteristics of variant humans that had passed down since the immemorial antiquity era. Because be it the era of eating raw flesh and drinking blood, or the period of war between different races, or the era when they were slaughtered by humans, great strength had always brought more space to survive and opportunities to these variant humans. It was instead the humans who, after becoming the overlord of the 5 regions and having an unshakable position, stopped having as much reverence for strength as before. It could not compare to these variant humans who were barely surviving at some isolated parts of the world. Fang Yuan had intentionally made things difficult, and as far as these variant human goo immortals were concerned, it was normal. What expert did not have some attitude? If Fang Yuan did not display it, they would instead feel uneasy. Fang Yuan knew the mentality of these variant human goo immortals very well. Naturally, he also had another reason for it, that was to probe their intentions. Now, Fang Yuan was basically completely confident that he was safe. What's going on? Looking at the variant human goo immortals' smiling expressions, Sixth Hair was greatly shocked. Next, almost all snowman and rockman goo immortals approached Fang Yuan, while leaving aside the hairy man goo immortals. Elder Fang Yuan, here, I will toast you. Elder Fang Yuan sure is a great drinker. Fang Yuan did not refuse them. He drank each time. The hairy man goo immortals looked at each other in confusion. Sixth Hair was extremely bewildered. What magic bewitchment has Fang Yuan used he is actually so greatly welcomed? If Fang Yuan had turned into a hairy man's appearance, then maybe it could make sense. But he was in his original form, which was a genuine human. Elder Fang Yuan, I sure shall pour wine for you. During the feast, a beautiful female snowman, goo immortal, actually walked over to Fang Yuan and took up the work of a servant, pouring the Ice Wolf wine for Fang Yuan. The other hairy man goo immortals looked on with wide eyes. Sixth Hair almost shouted out, "What the hell are you all doing? Are you even variant humans? Fang Yuan is clearly a human goo immortal. Human, the humans who had slaughtered and marginalized you, variant humans. Sure, you are that snowman who discovered my true body." Fang Yuan brazenly sized up this female snowman immortal and asked. The female snowman lowered her head and gave a coy smile. I am only good at some investigative methods. Elder Fang Yuan is the true hero. 12th Hair had been drinking wine, but when he heard these words, he could not help spurting out the wine. Sixth Hair looked like he was about to fly into a rage. almost cursing at the female Gu immortal. What is your intention? Hey, hey, why is your face red? What are you doing by lowering your head and acting shy? Still taking sneaky glances at Fang Yuan? You think I can't see your expression? Damn it! Are you a snowman or not? Pay attention to your identity. I don't deserve the title of hero. Fang Yuan laughed half-heartedly. Even he himself was somewhat surprised. The attitude of these variant human Gu immortals seemed to have changed a little too much. Bing Zhuo walked over at this moment while holding his wine bowl. If Elder Fang Yuan is not a hero, then who can still claim to be a hero? Shu'er gave a timely introduction. This is brother Bing Zhuo. He is the strongest in our tribe. Normally he is cold and extremely prideful. Only when talking with Elder Fang Yuan is he this passionate. Fang Yuan stood up and assessed this Gu immortal. If I am not wrong, you're the person who dual-wielded spears and fought with me for dozens of rounds? Bing Zhuo laughed, giving a thumbs up. Elder Fang Yuan, you have a good eye for detail. Fang Yuan did not continue gossiping and directly chugged down the wine. Bing Zhuo was overjoyed and also chugged down his wine. Cheers rose up once again, while Shu'er clapped from the side. Heroes attract heroes, the hairy man. Gu immortals looked on, dumbfounded. No one was paying attention to them. The other side's Gu immortals were all looking at Fang Yuan. Sixth Hair almost slammed the table. Bing Zhuo's attitude was making him feel worse. He mentally screamed, "What in the world are you guys doing? Forget about that female Gu immortal named Shu'er. Fang Yuan's current appearance is quite handsome. What are you, a man, being so excited for? Look at your laughing expression. You look like you want to be sworn brothers with Fang Yuan. What are you thinking? The strongest in your tribe and also a hero? Being this close with a human Gu immortal, you want to betray your tribe?" Bing Zhuo sighed. Compared to Elder Fang Yuan, how could I be considered a hero? Elder Fang Yuan possesses an immemorial upper extreme heavenly eagle. If Elder Fang Yuan was not on the same side as us, we might have provoked a disaster for our tribes. What? What? Immemorial upper extreme heavenly eagle. In an instant, the hairy man Gu immortals looked at each other in shock. Elder Fang Yuan, I didn't hear wrongly, right? You actually have an immemorial upper extreme heavenly eagle? Sixth Hair finally could not endure it. He stood up suddenly and stared fixedly at Fang Yuan. Fang Yuan rubbed his nose and said with a slightly embarrassed expression, "Not long ago, I allied with Chudu to get to Heifan Grotto Heaven and take Heifan's true inheritance. This upper extreme heavenly eagle is one of the gains." What? The hairy man Gu immortals exclaimed in shock. Meanwhile, the snowman and rockman Gu immortals also exchanged looks with each other. Sixth Hair took a step back unconsciously, staring at Fang Yuan incredulously, and then looking at the other Gu immortals. In that instant, he finally realized and understood why these variant human Gu immortals gave so much importance to Fang Yuan. Immemorial desolate beast, rank 8 battle strength, plop. Sixth Hair could not bear such a huge impact. His legs gave way, and he sat down again on the stone chair. I did not have the time to inform all of you. Come, let us Lang Yasek members have a drink. This calls for a celebration. Fang Yuan smiled and raised his wine bowl. The hairy man Gu immortals reacted, revealing joyous expressions. Our Lang Ya sect also has rank 8 battle strength now. Elder Fang Yuan, you are truly unfathomable. Simply amazing. Elder Fang Yuan, it was my mistake in the incident earlier. I had eyes but failed to recognize TNT Mountain. The hairy man Gu immortals all had looks of acceptance. This was the prestige of rank 8 battle strength. Sixth Hair also rose his wine bowl with a smile, while inwardly he was spurting blood from anger. Fang Yuan glanced at him, smiling. Elder Sixth Hair, why are your hands trembling? Sixth Hair smiled towards him. He indeed was a spy who had lurked for many years. His expression did not show any flaws. It was just his voice that had turned somewhat hoarse. This is because I am extremely excited for you, Elder Fang Yuan, and for Lang Ya sect. I am rejoicing.